Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. I'm playing an EIKWM France deck G456 game with Montu, fiscused, and PJ17. Looking at this starting hand, I see Field Watchman. So there's going to have to be something pretty good to chase me off of Field Watchman. And I don't really see it, but let's read Restless Father. Whenever you family growth, you get to plow a field. No thanks. There's Silo Builder, there's Soil Nutritionist. So there's some good stuff that works pretty well with the Field Watchman, Tower Builder, Peace Worker. Honestly, there's a bunch of pretty good combination cards here, so let's grab Field Watchman to start. If Soil Nutritionist could come back, that would be great, but if it doesn't, I'm not too concerned. Peace Worker is okay with Field Watchman since you get to buy an extra grain. But I don't love Peace Worker with Field Watchman just because it slows down. It slows down the your stage 1, which I'm always afraid of doing. Hey Rallocren, thanks for tuning in. Hedgemaster is pretty good, but I just have to take Hill Farmer here. Hill Farmer plus Field Watchman. It's going to be worth a bunch of food, at least 6 food in the early game. That can be very relevant, so it looks fine. And then I like a card like Fiddler with Field Watchman just because you have a great action that you're happy doing on your odd numbered rounds or even numbered rounds. But having said that, if I do get Soil Nutritionist, would I rather play Fiddler or would I rather play Soil Nutritionist? Getting the clay to build clay rooms would be pretty good, but then also I could play Clay Worker or Fiddler. Getting me wood and food can be relevant. If I could get Hill Farmer and then pick up something like Grotto or Piggy Bank, that could be really good. Yeah, I think I take Fiddler here. They'll have a chance to pay off a couple times before I'm ready to build a wood room anyways. And if Soil Nutritionist doesn't come back, then I think Fiddler is the pick for sure. I like Fiddler for solo. Yeah, it's a nice card. Especially with solo, you can you can optimize your rounds really nicely. Okay. I don't think I like Wood Distributor with Fiddler. I think I'd rather play Fiddler over Wood Distributor. Mine and Poppin versus Montu might stay till the end. That's fun. I like Wood Hut Builder, okay with Field Watchman, but I don't know. I don't really like committing to Wood Hut Builder this early. Not when I've got a card like Cattle Breeder available. Cattle Breeder is awesome. Usually a 2 cattle action. And if it's not 2 cattle, it's usually worth 2 points, which is just fine on its own. Okay. The Expend 9 says, recovered in a 2-player Agricola game today. Second harvest, screwed feeding with short 2 food. Next harvest had joint reduction improvements. Wood was super available. Nice, good job. And welcome, Rilo Kren. Just finished my RL4. Nice. What should I take here? I could do something like Tower Builder, Field Watchman. I have really good actions early that are not building rooms. I could do something like Peace Worker. If I'm generating a bunch of food, then playing Peace Worker seems even more viable than normal. I think those are kind of the 2 ways I can go. I think I could do Tower Builder. I could do Peace Worker. Let's go Peace Worker here. Make the times when I do take an occupation or take grab stuff really good. Put my Hill Farmer and Fiddler food to work. I don't know if I'll use Peace Worker to buy extra grain. I mean, once you have like a cooking hearth or whatever, it's obviously worth it. But before then, it's more questionable. Don't want Junk Dealer, don't want Sheep Whisperer. Don't see any reason to play Manservant unless I get something like Lighthouse. Then I might consider Manservant with Hill Farmer, Field Watchman, Peace Worker. Adoptive Parents is not great, but I think it's most likely to get played here. And then this pick is actually pretty interesting. Expert Builder, Mendicant, not Stone Carrier, it's just too weak, but Mendicant or Expert Builder. Mendicant enables like certain things where you can do weird stuff. On the other hand, something like Expert Builder, it can give you a lot. I think I'll take Expert Builder here. I just need actions that get me resources that are not actually giving me resources, that don't interrupt the Fiddler. And Expert Builder does that. Same with Peace Worker. Peace Worker, I buy resources on turns when I was already going to buy resources. So, okay. Food Bank. One of your unveiled spaces on action space of your choice. Whenever another player uses that, you get a food. Looks fine. But I'm going to take Runestone, and it's not really close. I guess Flat Hill is an option, in that it lets me go to do my clay reno. I could build a bunch of wood rooms with Expert Builder. I think, though, Runestone is just too good for me. Field phase and a breeding phase when I expect to have a bunch of sown fields. The breeding phase might not be relevant, but I expect the field phase to be, so... Well, I've got chocolate and I've got aquavit, and I think both of them are excellent. Cheese fondue is fine. It's not great. It's fine. I think I'm pretty likely to play a bunch of occupations. I think I'm pretty likely to play chocolate. Thing is, Hill Farmer already gets me a bunch of resources, a bunch of food. And Fiddler, I'm expecting to get me a bunch of food. And yeah, I think we could take chocolate. It's for food with less of a drawback than aquavit. I do really like aquavit. There's always a chance it comes back because people undervalue that card. And I'd be pretty happy if it did come back. So, Rilo Kren, you said you finished an IRL4, but you didn't say how it went. How did it go? Did you win? What were the key, what were some of the key cards? One, 49 points, 5-point hoarder, 5-point soldier, 3-point hedgemaster. Nice. 13 bonus points sounds good. I like hoarder. Hoarder's a fun card. Really fun card. Used to be, it's interesting how the meta has shifted because hoarder was probably one of the best cards in EIKWM. And it's gone down in value now because it's I think its ceiling is almost too low compared to some other cards. Ooh, how do I mean, it's just cookies, right? Like Reed Pond looks great because Reed Pond is a great card. Yeah. Upholstery seems good. Menagerie is great. I love Menagerie, but how do I not take cookies here, right? Cookies gives me a pretty excellent reason to go for a 5 cookies plus adoptive parents. Should be plenty good enough for me to go for a 5-room house. If I can make it a stone house with Field Watchman, I think I have a very good chance to win. Can't spam the well in chat IRL. That's good. I like that. I like that. All right. Ooh. So a card like Woodsaw can be pretty good with Field Watchman Hill Farmer because I am happy delaying my building and growing, but I do know that the tower builder is out there, so I don't really want to have to try to delay past the tower builder. Oxgoad is usually pretty good, but it's hard to imagine that I will really want to use it a lot in a Field Watchman game. Fleece Factory seems interesting. I think, though, it doesn't really work with what I want to do. Although with Runestone, it is... Okay, so here's the thing. Fleece Factory, Runestone actually work really nicely together, but they're expensive. Look at all that stone cost. Plus, I need to be able to hold a breeding pair of sheep, which, if I'm going to go for a 5-room house, is really difficult. So I could just take something like Brickyard. Brickyard is actually pretty reasonable here. It lets me get my clay for renovations. Now, the problem with Brickyard is it makes it difficult to get the clay to build a oven or a hearth. What should I do? Man, if the 4-field Reno card comes back, then Brickyard could get me a cooking hearth or a clay oven. But those would come kind of late. I do have Peace Worker. I could take Fleece Factory. I could take Ox Goad. Alright, let's... Brickyard is so awkward because sometimes taking the 4 clay is just going to be a great action. You know what? Let's go for... Oh, this pick is actually really hard. I'm not sure what I should take, chat. The card I'm most likely to play is Ox Goad. The card that has the highest ceiling is Fleece Factory. But it's the least likely to get played. And then I think Brickyard is somewhere in between the two, where I'm less likely to play Brickyard than Ox Goad, but I feel like its effect could be stronger than Ox Goad. Especially with something like Fiddler, I can take all of the clay on an action when I'm going to get Fiddler. Alright, I think I've talked myself into it. I think I've sufficiently talked myself into it. Draft Fleece, yeah. Fleece Factory is pretty mediocre, but with Field Watchman, why do you want Ox Goad? Because Ox Goad is just a good card. Like, what if I only Field Watchman? I have Peace Worker. Maybe I Field Watchman 3 times, and I already have way more than enough grain. So getting Cattle plus Field might be even better. Might be even a better action. But this pick is Stone Chimney, I think. I have a pretty good incentive with Field Watchman to go for ovens anyways, and Stone Chimney just adds to that. Do have pretty high stone cost here, 2 stone, 1 stone. Fortunately, Peace Worker goes a long way there. Every time I use Reedstone food, it's 2 reed, 2 stone for and -1 food. That's fine. That's a great action. And I have Hill Farmer. I have Fiddler hopefully giving me food. Yeah, I could do something like Storage Shed, but I think Storage Shed is too slow. I'd rather play other stuff. And then Cheese Fondue is actually really happy with Cheese Fondue as my 6th pick. I can easily grab 1 sheep, which can be worth, 2 points and a bunch of food. And this pick is Upholstery. Manure is okay, but Upholstery, if I'm going to do a 5-room house, if I'm going to be able to buy extra reed with Peace Worker every time, I feel like this game has a really high potential. Wouldn't bother playing Fiddler. Getting Field Watchman, Hill Farmer out is ASAP is more important. Yeah, I don't disagree. I think very likely, if I was going to play Fiddler, it would probably be in round 4. I would probably play Fiddler in round 4 and then use my Field Watchman after, or play Fiddler and then sow, or something like that. I also overrate Fiddler a lot. Wood is great. Wood is really good, and food in a wood is even better. I will tolerate your slander of Fiddler, though. Only tolerate it. I cannot support it. Yeah, like there's a chance with upholstery that I can do. Like I have pretty great incentive to go for a 5-room house here. Cookies, upholstery, adoptive parents are all payoffs for a 5-room house. Um, yeah, this game could be really monstrous. Could be really monstrous. It's probably going to depend on how easily I family growth. If I have to put a lot of work in into start player and getting family growth actions, that's not as good. But having said that, I do like my miners. Not that they're particularly cheap. It's too restricted to be worth it once you have 3 people. Hard to find 3 good non-resource actions. Fiddler is fine when your stage 1 needs 0 resource actions. You don't have other ox that need to come out before it. Excellent analysis. I don't agree though that once you have 3 people it's too restrictive. I think it's just like a lot of it. Sometimes your third action is going to have an extra food and wood on it, and that's always great. All right, so we start here with we're the start player, so that's great. I will start with. Oh, I could trigger Sid Envy and play Fiddler here. I'm just kidding, though. I'm obviously not going to do that. I'm going to play Field Watchman. Start off with a bang. Great in a heavy ox game. The problem here is that you have a lot of ox early. Yep, you're right. Both excellent analyses. I do have a lot of early occupations. I mean, if I play it, I play it. If I don't play it, I don't play it. I'm not too worried about it. Is it Hill Farmer better to play first? I don't think I want to just plow a field. Like, I'm not probably going to just plow. Like, my second action here, if occupation came back, that would be best case scenario. But I'm pretty sure PJ is going to play an occupation. I could like grab 2 wood here or something, but no, I think I'm fine playing an occupation. I'm fine playing a grain here, plowing here. I think getting a grain here is totally fine. Like, I don't really want to. I could like start player cookies, but I don't really want 2 wood, 2 clay. Those are actions are both quite a bit worse than plowing and getting a grain. So it says native and popcorn, better, i.e. better field watchman, lost development. You know what though? I agree that it's better field watchman, but it's not strictly better because the plow 1 field space is more contested than the 1 grain space. Like, one of the real big powers of field watchman is that the 1 grain space is basically unusable for in like 99% of the games in stage 1. Native, you plow all your fields in stage 1 or 2. Big deal is that it works on So Bake as well. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so it working on So Bake is a very nice for sure. So we're going to go ahead and play our Hill Farmer here. Stable hand for PJ 17. Can be really good if he has a combo, you know. If he has something that activates off of stable triggers or whatever. So here, if expensive occupation came back to me, I would consider playing Fiddler here and eating a raw grain. Don't know if it'd be the right move. Yeah, like the thing is, I could play Fiddler here, eat a raw grain, get a food and a wood back, and then if I have cheap occupation in round 3, my round 3 is cheap occupation, piece worker, or expert builder, and then taking a grain. I think I'm going to overvalue Fiddler here. Get a wood. I just think there are going to be so many rounds where I want to play an occupation and then take grain. And that card like Fiddler is just going to trigger like 4 times in the next 2 stages. Which makes it, better than taking wood, or for example, or whatever. Oh, it's actually plus wood F, because this is an even numbered round. Whoops. I forgot. We're in stage 2 only. Wood F. Yes, I just caught that, Sid. PJ17 playing start player fishing rod. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this because he's very unlikely to play occupation. So that means I'll get another chance to play an occupation. So I could play Peace Worker. I could play Expert Builder. I think I'll play... so I could play Peace Worker... And then I can buy grain. Thing is, I do kind of want to play Expert Builder as well. But there's a chance I can play Expert Builder in round 4 before anyone builds a room. There's a chance that happens. Maybe Expert Builder was the right move there. I'm not sure. Expert Builder is like, it's okay. It's not great. Montu goes for the first fireplace. Sheep don't come until round 4, which is important to keep in mind. Pretty sure I can use the Hill Farmer food to buy Field Watchman. I think it's all like basically simultaneous. Yeah, like Peace Worker. Yeah. Fiscus has got Seasonal Worker. Okay. So Fiscus might be going for ovens. Be slightly annoying, but not a big deal. So then my ideal round 4 is Expert Builder and into plowing again, I think. Which PJ17 is still passing on taking occupation, so If I can make it work, I can make it work. You're just gonna eat 2 raw grain? Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Because I get them back easily enough. Oh. So Fiddler does activate after. I do have to eat some raw grain here. Rip chocolate, yeah, that's true. Hey, it could still be played before cattle breeder and adoptive parents. You never know. Oh, I need to put expert builder on the board. Also, how often do you have a five occupation round 1? It's in WM. All right, where is WM? Oh, it's index. I never look up in here. I kind of just tune those out. Where's my animal pen? Yeah. Like PJ17 is playing turkey breeder. Wood. Cool. That works for me. Turkey breeder activating stable hand. Okay, that's fine. Get a grain, plow a field, 2 food hill farmer, 2 food, 2 grain to feed 4. Yeah, because Fiddler activates afterwards. Don't think expert builder was worth not sowing the grain. I think it will pay off because I have Fiddler, so all I have to do is go on Field Watchman one more time, buy a second grain, and then boom, I've got 3 grain to sow for the round 7 harvest. And I think that works okay. Or I have 2 grain and 1 grain which I can bake with the clay oven or whatever it is. Also, it looks like I might get 6 clay, possibly. Paying off 1 less wood is worse than having 3 stone gained by round 4. Yeah, that might be true. I feel like, though, there's a chance that if I don't do it there, I would lose, 2 resources. Yeah, because PJ17 is going to build a room here now. So I will break my Fiddler this round, obviously. 6 grain or 6 clay is great, but I think before that I need to take Reedstone food. Right? Reedstone food into 3 wood or Reedstone food into grain, and I will spend a food. to get read, stone. Yeah. I guess if he announces that he'd put a read on Expert Builder, then I could do something else. Ooh, Fiscus has got Head of the Family. That's a good one. Have you thought much as to what song your fiddler is playing? Oh, the Brohan theme from The Lord of the Rings. Do 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 do. I love that song. PJ. It matters whether I need to take wood or not. Wood. There we go. Alright, so I can take clay here and then build the clay oven. I'll put a thing up there to mark the room space as well. And actually, I don't even need to take... I could take 6 wood. It looks like I might get 6 wood next round as well. Well, actually, no. Montu might 6 wood. He might even start player, gambling that Fiscus will build a room. No, he takes 5 clay. Alright. Yeah, I really like Lord of the Rings. I used to read it like once a year. I think I read it through when I was like 9, and then I would read it like once a year. And then the movies came out, and that was awesome. And I love them as well. And the music in them in particular, I really love. I like listening to movie soundtracks generally, because really good movie soundtracks like make you like feel the same emotions you felt when you were watching that scene in the film, which I think is really cool. Also, Fiscus did not build a room there, so if I want to build a room and grow potentially in round 7, I have to do it with my first action, it looks like. Which, you know what, is fine. Well, Chris Lee, aka Saruman, yeah. Yeah. He's the man. He is the man, that's for sure. The one thing is, if I want to Field Watchman is better before I build a room. So I wonder if I should be greedy and gamble. Well, no, Fiscus is definitely building a room into family growth here. But there's a chance I could build a room into family growth next round. So I could try for that. GGIF. And then my second action could be clay oven. And then I could build grow in round 7. No tower builder or wood saw. That's true. Yeah, Christopher Lee, I really liked... I mean, I was like... How old was I? Was I like 12 when Attack of the Clones came out? I liked it. I mean, looking back at it now, it's a pretty... I see why people don't like it. I see why people, dislike its place in the Star Wars universe. But you know what? I enjoyed it. And Count Dooku was awesome. And Count Dooku fighting Yoda was like the best thing ever. Which I get why people who are like, do different analyses of the movies, or like, hey, Count Dooku fighting Yoda is kind of like not the point of Yoda, which I get that he's doesn't need to fight. Yeah, I think we clay oven here. Activate our fiddler. I could take 3 wood. I could take 2 reed. There is a chance, like, Montu could 2 reed, and if he start players, then he can build ahead of us next round. The problem is he basically needs 2 reed and then fishing, so he doesn't have time to start player, unless he took Aquavit, which, if he's a good player, he should have taken Aquavit. If I was a good player, I should have taken Aquavit. PJ17 played Turnip Field. Why did he play Turnip Field? Yeah. Played Rock Miner. Play a different one. That's funny. That's so funny. Montu hasn't played an occupation yet. I guess Montu probably has Alms Basket. So if Montu plays Alms Basket and goes for Stone Oven, that'll be pretty good. And if he has Aquavit, I'm in trouble. Yeah, there's like a what is it, like multi-twitch? And you can put them different. You can put the different people in. Yeah, multi-twitch. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Let's watch both of us simultaneously. But obviously, use all your subscriptions and everything on me and not Montu. Oh, Fiscus is playing. Oh no, that's Family Growth. What am I saying? Because he start player. No, that's Family Growth. All right. Let's see it. Is Montu a good player? Did he take Aquavit? Actually, you know what? He didn't take Reed. He needed to take Reed instead of fishing. So we're okay. We're okay. We're getting our build into grow. And when we grow, we'll play... You know what? I could even not grow and play Adoptive Parents. I could build into Adoptive Parents. How crazy would that be? That'd be pretty crazy. That's funny. Yeah, maybe Adoptive Parents just doesn't get played, which is fine. Or it gets played before my second Family Growth. That's an option. Montu's thinking. Start player into 6 wood. Do it. Do it. So, okay, so the advantage of playing Adoptive Parents would be that I get the action back in round 8. The disadvantage would be that I still can't play Chocolate before Adoptive Parents. So Chocolate would only be useful for a cattle breeder. So if it's going to be action neutral, and I can play Chocolate before I play Adoptive Parents later, I think that's okay. Yeah. Interesting. Montu goes for the 3 wood. Okay. Interesting. Maybe I'm getting 3 reed next round. And then being able to grow again quite quickly, which is nice. I guess he was probably a little unsettled by PJ17 doing what he did. Like, it probably just threw him off. Oh man. Alms Basket and what else? I don't remember any other ones. Like, I don't remember Wealthiest European or anything. I guess I could take 3 reed. I could take 3 reed and 4 wood, break my expert builder here. No, I should grow. I should grow. Growing my family is good. I always regret when I don't grow my family. Play disciplined, I guess. So 2 and 2. And take 3 wood from the expert builder, and I leave a reed there. And then I'll play cookies, I guess. Doesn't seem like I'm going to have enough actions for upholstery. And if I do, I might not bake bread that many times, so playing cookies a bit earlier seems okay. But upholstery definitely takes longer. I do still have adoptive parents, so maybe I just play chocolate. Chocolate and then focus on setting up the 4th growth. Has definitely been a good fiddler this game. 6 rounds. Yep. Yep. And I think Expert Builder is going to be pretty good. End up being pretty good with that round 5 family growth. And Head of the Family and Montu getting all these great resource actions. Like Montu will build another room. Fiscus will build another room. Yep. Should be pretty good. Pretty good. Maybe I overvalue Fiddler because I value spamming occupation early so much. Maybe that's what it is. Game's going a bit slow. We're 47 minutes in on the stream, and we'd usually be a bit farther in than this. I should have opened with this. I should have talked about this earlier. Sorry about the last boîte à jeu game. Here's me being like, oh, I won't be able to stream for a couple days in a row. I better. So what I did is I recorded that boîte à jeu game and then, or that little boîte à jeu video, which was like 10 minutes, and did it on my laptop, thinking, oh, I'll schedule it to release on Thursday, and then you guys will still have some content. But then I did it on my laptop, and I haven't streamed on my laptop in ages, and apparently the sound was muted. So there was no audio. So I talked into the ether for 10 minutes, and no one will be able to hear it. But hey, that happens. It happened more often when I would stream as well. Like when I first started streaming, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, I would do that way more often whenever I would forget to unmute my mic or whatever. So that's where it's nicer now. I usually have someone watching to tell me if the audio's muted. Montu's got wood distributor. Food bank feels bad. Feels bad, Mr. Food Bank. Just like with Spinny. No alms basket. Hey, good observation. No alms basket. Guess he just really... I guess we were passing a lot of good resource actions, right? Like, I took very few resource actions. PJ17 was doing stuff with fencing. So maybe we were just passing a lot of really good actions to Montu, so he never felt the need. And you know what? The other thing is, he did not get on cheap occupation. I took cheap occupation every round in stage 1. So maybe we shouldn't have read so much into some of our opponents not playing as many occupations. Because I played cheap occupation every round in stage one. Oh man. Uh, oh yeah. I regret to say I don't watch the other Agricola streamers as much as I should. I need to fix that because I enjoy the game and I would learn from watching them absolutely. I should do it more often. You know what? I never got into watching on the site. There's some people that love watching games live on the site, and I have very little interest in doing that. Just doesn't tickle my fancy. So if 4 wood comes, I should definitely take 4 wood because wood distributor is kind of messes with the wood balance in the game. Alternatively, 2 wood and a reed is pretty good. I guess 2 wood and a reed. Excuse me, 2 wood and a reed lets me build again this round or next round. I guess my round 9 could be like adoptive parents build family growth, sow or something like that. Yeah, 2 wood and a reed. I cannot say no to that. And you know what? I can piecework both of them. Which I will do so. Yeah. Yeah, I need lots of wood. I need lots of reed. 3 wood, 2 reed for -2 food seems okay. Find it interesting to watch each individual streams because I learn how talented players value cards as well as their tendency to do certain strats. Doan is sheep, Montu is fear of ox. Does Do Academy really love sheep? I regret to say I have not observed that, but again, like I said, I don't watch them as much as I should. Getting the stone oven would be kind of nice, but getting grain sown seems even more important. So I think I'll probably grain this round, and then whether I sow or not, I'm not sure. I could adoptive parents this round. Lumen is most balanced. He likes 3-room games. Well, Lumen's a great player. He's a great player, so makes sense if he does good strats. Grain and sow do seem good here. The one thing I'm wondering about is like stone oven is pretty appealing, but I think I have to take grain, and I will piece a grain with hill farmer. So then you feel bad that you broke your fiddler and then did 2 actions which don't get you any resources. But you know what? That's how it goes. Got to do what the game gives me. That's Paul's oven. That's fun. I like that. Yeah, so I definitely do want to get stuff sown. Definitely do want to get stuff sown. what I'm wondering is there a chance that I could trigger Fiddler in round 9? Like, am I going to be one action away from triggering Fiddler and regret that I sowed this round instead of next round? For example. I'm wondering if that would be a thing. Because, like, I could take, like, 1 sheep here, and that's 2 points plus my cheese fondue. Hill Farmer does give me 1 food. Yeah, that's why that's why I don't have any food in my supply. Because I bought 1 grain. I only bought 1 grain for 1 food. So that's why I have no food. Because I started the action with no food and ended with no food. Does that make sense? Pretty sure what I did was right. Hey, fishing rod in a wood distributor game. Looks okay. Yeah, you know what? If I get beaten out of so, I will be really upset. Oh no! Not sure. You may first convert the goods received directly from the action space before other cards. So you cannot convert goods that you receive from an occupation or improvement. Oh, that's not been legal, what I've been doing. Is that really what the Peaceworker says? Why would Peaceworker not let me... That seems like a weird mistake. Well, I'll do this for now and maybe look it up. Because, like, Animal Buyer... Let's look up Animal Buyer. Or not Animal Buyer. Animal... Oh, what's the occupation where you can buy a second animal for 1 food, or buy an extra animal for 1 food? Animal dealer. Playing with wallfly successfully, that native didn't allow me to sow the reed I get on sow bake. I guess it depends on the timing, right? And is there like a really clearly defined timing for Peaceworker? Like, Peaceworker says when you receive. Now, Field Watchman says when you take grain, you may also plow. And Hill Farmer says when you plow, you may get food. I'm pretty sure Sid was just copying from the compendium, so I have no reason not to believe Sid. What about try to think of other cards that might have a similar interaction that like let you buy stuff. I'm gonna first action build here. If I don't, then Fiscus might build, and then I could get stuck. So I think we're building here using the expert builder. So -1/-1, D, pay for all, get a wood read back, read onto expert builder. I could second action play adoptive parents. After you paid, you may immediately convert the animal into food. Yeah, no, that's the right one, Sid. That's the right one. That's the one that everybody refers to. So I've always played it that you can I've always played it that you can get the food, eat it, and then buy a second animal. What I understood from you may not subtract it from the proceeds, I read it as you can't pay the food from the animal that you're about to eat, that you're about to get. That's the way I always understood that. Animal dealer. You know what? I should look in the other thing. Do we have enough food to play adoptive parents here? Because we need to get food with an action after playing adoptive parents. Is my miner going to give me food? No. I could take 3 food traveling players. Actually, just the piece worker, which has this specific text. Yeah, I wonder. I have a feeling that you probably put his 2 cents in and then screwed everybody up, which seems to be what has happened generally. Sorry. I'm wondering if it's worth it to play adoptive parents. The thing is, if I adopt, then I have to take traveling players. Oh, no, never mind. This will be my 4th person. I guess I can eat some raw grain if I have to. Yeah, well, I don't know. I guess I can decide not to adopt is an option. Yeah, chocolate. Thing is, I will need to, once I adopt, I'll need to pay 8 food. So I need to pay the adoption cost plus 8 food. So that's 9 food. So that means eating, like, if I don't get traveling players, that means eating something. Montu did have Aquavit. He had Aquavit and decided not to use it to grow in round 7. That's surprising. Peace worker. Let's look at peace worker. I should look at in rules and search in peace worker. Peace worker in compendium V8. I've been thinking about this and not the game, which is a distraction. I should be... You may first convert the goods received directly from the action space food to pay for the peace worker. This wording seems contradictory to a player with quarryman. 0 stone, about to take 2 stone. By the first sentence, he may convert the good stone to food to pay for the peace worker. By the second sentence, you cannot use the quarryman. By the time the quarryman is able to act, the peace worker has already failed. Seems to me the first entry needs to be changed to, you may use the food received directly from the space to activate the peace worker. You may not convert. This is an old one. Peace worker is used before other cards that are activated by taking goods. Not used before quarryman, because quarryman may be used at any time. Use food received from landing net to buy additional reed. Take wood vegetable. Take one vegetable, use peace worker to take another vegetable, turn 2 vegetables into 7 food with cooking hearth and gypsy's crock, pay 2 food. Okay, yeah, we know that. Okay, so this, looking at this entry, it seems like he's saying you can't pay retroactively, which obviously that's the case. Obviously. I think the landing net example shows that using the food from Hill Farmer is not allowed. Which is, I think, kind of a silly ruling. So if I adopt here, I just end up having to take food, right? Which is too bad. We'll play cookies here. Yeah. Cookies seems okay. And not adopt. And get a wood. Because the best I can do is day labor, basically. Yeah. Feed 5 food, 2 grain. So my big goal for this upcoming round is playing Runestone. Because Runestone basically solves my feeding problems on its own. Because it's going to get me a ton of grain, make it really worthwhile for me to keep going on So Bake, doing stuff like that. Yeah, the landing net example, yeah, it does seem to show. I don't know why. That just seems like very unintuitive to me. Yeah, I like if you look at the wording of landing net, I don't see why they just decided for Pieceworker that this is how it works. It seems to me like they wanted to make it explicit that you're not allowed to so the example with vegetable, they want to make it clear that you can't buy a vegetable, convert 2 vegetables to food, and then benefit from converting 2 vegetables at once, and then retroactively go back and pay for your Pieceworker. And like to me, that's so obvious that that's not the case. It is unusual. Yeah, exactly. Things that happen at the same time are flexible in ordering. Exactly. I don't understand why this rule would be in place. It's so counterintuitive to me. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree with what's going on here. Pieceworker. Let's see, what else are people saying about this? Just doesn't make any sense. Buyers versus Pieceworker. Confusing rulings. Is Pieceworker in here? No. Oh, well, that's fun. I guess I learned about another interaction that I didn't know about today, which, geez, they were not thinking about being friendly to people. Like, yeah, I think there's some rulings that you made that are not good ideas. Okay, I want to play Runestone this round so that I can harvest these grains, so that I can do a So Bake action, and yeah, I want to do that. So I could grab a reed and 2 stone. Seems okay. I could also take 3 wood. I should probably take 3 wood. But then again, reed and 2 stone is nice as well. 3 wood. Gotta take wood when I can. Montu's got Hedgemaster. Nice. Yeah, Montu's playing a normal game. I tried the 5 occupation stage 1 game. Yeah, I would like to get my cattle breeder out if I can. I would like to get cattle breeder out and take cattle. Because in round 12 I could theoretically double breed because of my runestone plus the cattle breeder's text, which would take me from 2 to 4. So then in round 13, if I needed food, I could eat cattle very easily. Although the cooking hearths are all gone, so that doesn't seem as good. Read SS. Oh, I have to go on Reno if I want to play an improvement this round. Well, hopefully Fiscus doesn't Reno. I guess I could build a room and then play Runestone and then adopt. I can build into grow. Yeah, I can. You're right. Fiscus plays Clay Hut extension. Likely on family grow on Reno. So I actually can't grow anymore because he's gonna. Oh no, never mind. He doesn't have an action to grow with. Okay. Or any player builds one or more rooms. Resource to EB, please. Because building with Clay Hut extension is still building. Oh, actually, never mind. You didn't pay for it. Yeah, because it's one of the types paid. Expert builder. And he doesn't actually pay for the Clay Hut extension. He pays for the minor improvement. Yep. Oh, whoa! Apparently this card is not above power 5.3. I haven't seen Chamberlain played in ages. Okay, I'll build into grow. Take and place. The Chamberlain isn't really that strong. People just hate it because it ruins round 7. Yeah, I agree. I actually don't mind Chamberlain at all. Just that I don't see it played very often. And I agree that it ruins round 7 family growth game. In round 7 family growth game, it's really good. Montu says, I thought I power filtered that out. Not going to win here. I tend to agree. Not going to beat Montu or I. Fiscus. Fiscus is doing okay. I guess his feeding is better than mine. But, I don't know. He doesn't have very many resources. So we'll family growth and we'll pay a raw grain to adopt. Play my runestone. And then, what should I do here? I can do anything. Take a cattle. So I'm well set up for my animal breeder. And harvest. There's my runestone. Bit concerned about feeding, yes. Rightfully so. I basically need to build stone oven this round. Which I can do. I can first action take stone, and then if major minor gets blocked, I can take clay into Reno. But Montu might decide that he wants the stone oven because it's probably pretty good for him to block me. However, he doesn't have any crops. He wants to build stables before he builds the stone oven, for example. So I'm pretty sure I'm okay if I just start out with reed stone here. Reed stone. I guess the reed's not really worth anything. But it is blocking it from other people. And I can't piecework on one stone anyways, so. So it's going to be pretty difficult to make fencing sensible in round 12 to be able to accommodate the cattle breeder. Like, I'm pretty much going to be forced into take 3 wood, fence 4, play cattle breeder, and then the second I can only get 1 extra cattle. I can't get 2 extra cattle. So that's kind of a problem. Because the cattle breeder and the runestone, I won't have room for both unless I get to fence 6. If I can fence 6, great. Then I can hold both of the cattle, but if not, then the extra cattle is not worth as much. Montu's playing start player Reed Pond. Oh, what did I reveal? It's Plauso. Okay. Do I ever just like really need so much food, eh? So I don't love this, but this stone oven action, I think... Oh, what am I doing harvesting? This stone oven action is so important. I can't afford to get blocked. Bake 3. And now I can start pieceworking wood. And doing other stuff. Oh, I could pay for cookies here. Let's pay 1 cookies. So yeah, I can piece wood and then take grain, piece grain. Also want to piece vegetable at some point. Piecing vegetable is pretty important. I've had to pay too many raw grain this game. Yeah, I have. Which, Sid, to your credit, expert builder might not have been the right play. I could have maybe played in round 5. But I think the expert builder has been really good. Like, it's let me grow my family ridiculously quickly. So I don't know. I think it's hard to say. Oh, Fiscus played T. So Bake is available again. Okay. So definitely piecing a wood here. Like, here's the thing. I can still get to a point where I hit 9 grain at the end of the game. That's totally doable. Or even 6 grain. Yeah, I like piecing grain and going on So Bake. I like it too. I like it quite a bit, actually. Because it's another bake action, which I need as many bake action. I need a bunch of bake actions. It also covers more spaces, which I like. It's more about the feeding efficiency mid-game. This is true. You're right. You are right about that. Montu is renovating here. I'm pretty happy to see that he's renovating. I'm also happy if the Chamberlain goes on reno fences, because I have 5 rooms and a slow game, so I need these guys to reno as quickly as possible so that I can reno at the end of the game, very late. I think I like So Bake here again. Bake 1, cookies. Feed 10, harvest. So I really need to get on So Bake here. So Bake is like the key action here. And if I could get on So Bake after piecing a vegetable, that would be even better. But I guess nobody else really wants to So Bake, eh? Like, it's not worth anything to anyone else until after. Like, Fiscus will plow So here. He won't So Bake. And PJ17's got no reason to do so. So yeah, it should be okay. Yeah, no one can So Bake. Yeah, so if I could piece a vegetable first, that would be ideal. I do still kind of want to do my cattle play if I can. That involves taking wood. Fiscus for 3 food bake. Oh, right, because I haven't seen his updated farm yet. No, he just sowed. We're good. He sowed his grain. Just took a minute to update his farm, I guess. Alright. Okay, PJ17, start player riding plow. Cool. I'm going to piece vegetable here. Should I even piece the vegetable? No, I don't think I will. I think it's not worth it. I could take wood. So the wood is still important, but I do still have time to take 2 wood, piece 2 wood, fence, and then play my cattle breeder. That's still an option. But also, I need to think about renovating, because renovating, I'm running out of time on that too. I think taking the vegetable here with runestone, it's worth it. I have a harvest this round, so I can be okay sowing 1 grain. Yeah. The thing is, I want So Bakes in round 14 anyways, so I'm going to have 2 vegetables in my supply at that point anyways. See, Sid, I don't think I want to piece the vegetable here because I want a bake action in round 14 or round 13, at which point I'll have a vegetable to sow anyways. So the piecing the vegetable is worth 1 point at most. So I think this is okay, doing it this way. So if it comes back to me, I'll grab the 3 wood and piece it. Three wood's taken. All right. I guess I don't even need to play cattle breeder. I could just take 2 cattle. But it's unlikely that 2 cattle lasts that long. Pretty sure PJ17 is going to grab some cattle. Okay, my So Bake should be safe. Let's grab a wood here. Ooh, playing cheese fondue before baking would be nice. Although it's only worth one. Ah, I wish it was. It doesn't scale per grain. Yeah, it's one or more. Too bad. But yeah, I could take 4 clay, Renault, cheese fondue. If you want to breed cattle, I have to fence cattle breeders, so yes. Is that going to mean that I don't get to reno to a stone house? Because stone chimney would be really good. But getting to a stone house might be difficult anyways, just because of how much stone is available. Although, if I have access to this 3 stone next round, and I can piece on that stone, that might be enough. Also, fence is gone, so fence is not an option anyways. I could do stables. Doing stables is not an awful option. I think we'll just take the clay, though. We'll take clay and reno this round. Take clay, reno cheese fondue, and then so bake. And then hopefully we can first action take 3 stone to get our stone reno set up. And actually 3 stone is not enough, but if I don't get the stone, then I get on the well, so that's okay. Yeah, Montu takes the stone. Oh no! Oh no! Maybe just piece RSS. Yeah, but I don't think I would do that this round. I would do it next round. Thing is, the read is not worth anything. So like I can do RSS and it's fine. But then I'm obligated to take stone again next round. I'm going to reno and then I'm going to sow. So first move. Boom. There's the read I can pay from Expert Builder. And then, so definitely sewing that. I think I'm baking 2 minimum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 to cookies. And +1 from fondue. Yeah. And then I can sew those 2 as well. Yep, that looks fine. And then harvest with runestone. Yeah, I think if I can get to a stone house, I used 5 clay plus cheese fondue. I played cheese fondue, which for 6 clay. I think if I can get to a stone house and play stone chimney, I actually have a pretty reasonable chance to win. The problem is getting to that stone house is going to be really difficult. Yeah, I think we just piecework on the wood here. Montu getting family growth without it here hurts. He's your only competition. Yeah. Yeah, but then if he gets family growth without, it's more likely that like PJ17 start players again, and I'd be pretty happy if he could do that. Rip upholstery. You know what? I could still play upholstery. I actually can. I have a useless read, so I could play upholstery for 1 point if I'm going to play another improvement after that. But I'll grab. I'll fence 12 here. Oh, so PJ17 is start player playing Flat Hill. I would have liked for that card to have come back, but sadly it did not. Yeah, like there's the work for me. I'm gonna have to put 3 actions into getting to stone, so it's just not worth it. Better defense here and get more animal points. Montu saying PJ has helped me so much in this game. Yeah, certainly that action there is pretty good for me. He's got to offset the damage I'm doing to myself. Yeah, PJ wants Plowso and Flat Hill is excellent. I agree. I could. So what else am I going to do this round? If the sheep don't come back, I'm crushing, so not much damage. If you don't start player first action in round 13, I agree. Yeah, that's right. That's true. But I mean, we're trying to be friendly, so I don't want to say anything too mean. PJ, yeah. We could go for joinery. We need more points. We need points, points, points. We'll take the sheep. And then we'll play cattle breeder. Cattle breeder's a 2-point action here. Yeah. Yep. It's fine. All's fair in love and Agricola. Man, that adoptive parents was a whiff, eh? Oh my goodness. I should have had more food than I did this game. And you know what? Peace Worker doesn't work that well with Field Watchmen. Not at least not with normal Field Watchmen. I played abnormal Field Watchmen where I didn't sow that much early. I feel like this game is just like vindicating everything I've always said. Hey, you know what's fun? Cheese fondue plus baking 2 gets me enough food for the rest of the game now. Because 1 food to cookies. And so 1, so I end up with, yeah, so 1. So I would have max crops. I would lose out on 1 point from vegetable. Technically, yeah, that's true. That's fair. I cheated a bit with Peace Worker. That's true. I have to I don't know if I'll do that confession or not. Montu will probably watch I mean, Montu will watch this VOD and then he'll be like, "Oh, that doesn't work. What the hell?" Which is reasonable. Should I play a cattle or take a cattle or play my occupation here? I'm really kind of running out of points. I think I'll just take the cattle. Sure. I think no one really knows about that interaction well. Well, the reason people don't know about that interaction is because it's counterintuitive to the way the rest of the rules work. So, like, I bet at one point, like, if you go through the compendium, it links to all these places where the Lookout forums, where people made forums and posted and said, "Here's the rule," or where like Hanno or whoever, one of the people who work for them, say, "Here's the ruling." Like, this is a game designer. This is a Lookout Games person making comments. But some of them go to old forums, link to forums that are no longer active. Like this one, if I click on this one, the URL doesn't exist anymore. Last action, so bake to get out of the way. So I actually like so bake here because then I can first action take stone and go for the well. So I kind of like that, depending on what's come around. And if I can't get the well, it lets me get joinery. And then it gives me a 1 point action later. So the question is freeing up my first action so bake worth having to use an action like my fifth action of round 14 to take one vegetable? Is that worth it? If PJ Reno fences, you might even get stone Reno. Yeah. Oh, I guess so. Yeah, if I get to piecework on stone twice, man. If I get to stone Reno, play stone chimney. Oh my goodness. Yep. Holy. Okay. Well, that works pretty well. I shouldn't be too loud. Dodo's sleeping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, and then +2 from cheese fondue. And 1 to cookies. Maybe not with chimney, but at least the Reno. Yeah, I guess if someone else takes 2 stone. And then feed 10. And breed and harvest. And if, you know what, and if I don't get Reno, I get the well. Well, I guess it's not guaranteed because someone could block major minor. But for me to get 3 stone and then not either get the well or Reno, that seems pretty unlikely. This ended up being a huge game. All the gambles basically paid off with 1 major asterisk. People didn't really block me when I was vulnerable. That's true. Yeah, Montu had the opportunity maybe to block me a bit more. Although it's hard because I sit immediately before him. So if he just takes a stone oven, your game flounders. Yeah. Yeah. You're right about that. Getting the stone oven was huge. Was huge. Right. Yeah. Man, I would have starved so hard if I didn't get stone oven. Can you imagine? Like that, like it would have been so brutal. So stone chimney is worth like 3 points here, which is pretty good. Use about 3 to 4 actions. Have to sow bake every round. Yep. It certainly would have meant that I could not have won. I'll put it that way. I guess I could maybe have taken boar there, been a bit greedy, risking my other stuff. But the thing is, PJ can't really hold any more animals. Well, he can hold them, but he's also got to eat. Why does he have so many grain? I guess, or vegetables. I guess he's eating all his vegetables. He's gotten 8 vegetables on his farm. Did he take like Veggie Lover or something? If he has like Veggie Lover, great. I love it. Montu fills up his farm, gets to pay out off his silo builder. If Fisk had blocked me there, I could have at least made it reasonably close. Fiscus could sow bake, but he doesn't really like sow bake that much. He only likes it for the food, which he needs. I'm wondering if I should sow bake or take boar here. I guess it probably doesn't matter too much. Boar is 2 points. If sow bake doesn't come back, I just end up having to take 2 food. Yeah, both are 2-point actions. Yep. Should maybe have risked the boar. The boar kept going around. Maybe nobody wanted it. Maybe sow bake was the better move. If I have to eat 2 raw grain, it's not a big deal. Onto his baking. Okay. So I could take 2 food. I can take a vegetable. Either are points. I guess I'll Reno first. But I guess Fiscus, there's really not any risk. Fiscus wants to get on Reno fence. Like, there's no secret there. He hasn't fenced at all yet. Clearly wants to Reno fence. So Sid, I think a good analysis here. I didn't read it before, and I should have. This ended up being a huge game. All the gambles basically paid off with one major asterisk. The asterisk being that hill farmer and peace worker don't interact, and field watchman don't interact the way I thought they did. And the other thing saying they didn't block me. Yes, you're right about the not blocking thing for sure. So Reno is now safe. So anything's worth pretty much anything's worth 2 food, or a point. So I could take vegetable. I could take 2 food traveling players. Sure. Doesn't matter too much. I should maybe have risked the boar not coming back to so bake. But that's okay. It's only a 1 point difference. My chocolate really underperformed. Oh man, I should have taken Aquavit. Aquavit. Just a great card, eh? No chance to spam it anyways, guys. That happens when you play 5 ox in stage 1. 5 ox in stage 1. Thing is, you have to pay back Aquavit. I mean, Aquavit is great. I love the card. I guess I was hoping that people would undervalue it and it might come back, because I think it gets. I do think it gets undervalued. But Montu was very correct picking that card out of that pack. Although I think he could have used it more aggressively. He could have kept me. Imagine if he had grown again in round 7 and fed with Aquavit, and I had been delayed another round in growing. Like, that could have been really brutal. That could have been really brutal. Also, I hope everyone appreciates the food here. I changed that, so it's now a food icon. He really should have grown in 7. I agree. That would have been a big swing. Yep. Yep, I agree, Sid. We'll place Stone Chimney here. Runestone has 2 points on it, 1 point on it. Why are you doing this? 1 point. I should run out of stone. You are right. Feed 10. So I have whatever I score plus 10. 61 point game. Wow. Pretty good. I guess I shouldn't laugh. Yeah. Is Montu being serious? I'm not sure. 38, 47, 61. Yeah, I agree, Sid. I tend to agree. Um, hmm. Um, what's he saying? I don't know why Fist didn't give me oven competition. Had to leave pasture planner on the table. Oh, Aquavit has an Aqu requirement. Oh. Right. I forgot that Aquavit has a 2 occupation requirement. Yeah, and then I first action occupation every round in stage 1. 5 occupation stage 1. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm sorry about that. Sorry to the other players. I know. uh, Montu, I knew I was sitting after me, so you expected ox spam. That's funny. I guess I am really known for it, which is funny. Okay. Let's do a quick look at Boiteja, see if I have any moves. No. Okay. That's going to be all for me for today. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. I will stream again tomorrow. Probably closer to my normal time. I don't have anything going on in the afternoon. This was a late one tonight. But yeah, I'll stream tomorrow in the afternoon, earlier in the day. Yeah. Samfold says thanks for the game. Samfolds, are you a did I just play with you? I don't remember. Are you Fiscus or PJ17? I don't remember, sadly. I need to tag people in Twitch chat. That'll make it easier. Anyways, yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this little video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.